Howdy y'all, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Melina, formerly fat, currently fed up, and today I am uploading the live that Angelyca Unfiltered and I did on Saturday, I believe. Yes, she did edit it, so all the edits that you see are from her. Before we jump into the video, I just want to remind you guys to check out my stickers and my magnets. I did add economy shipping for the stickers and single magnets, which means there is no tracking and no insurance, but it is much less shipping within the United States. So that is an option you can choose. If you do want tracking, just choose the normal ground shipping and tracking will be applied. If you are someone who is looking for a community filled with like-minded people on the same journey as you, people wanting to lose fat, build muscle, build discipline, have a place to vent and to rant and to talk about your wins and your losses and your pets and your meals and your exercise, check out my 30-day habit tracker. It is $9.99 on my website, honeybisonYT, and on Amazon, I believe it is $13.99 on Amazon. And of course, it does update the price based off of where you are located. The Christmas edition of You've Had Enough Sweet Treats is now officially available for pre-order. I did, for the stickers, I have them outlined in glitter, like how my face is on this one. And the magnets are just normal magnets. Because they are pre-ordered, if you do order anything else with those stickers / magnets, they will all be shipped together. And I believe I should be getting those in on the 18th, early next week. So everything will be shipped together. As you can kind of see, I am not a fan of Christmas before Thanksgiving. No, I don't like it. So I have my little fall stuff here for the rest of the month. I will be doing Vlogmas / Reactmas. Has anyone... I feel like I heard that somewhere, but I can't find what creator I've heard that from. But yes, Vlogmas / Reactmas through the month of December. So if there's something specific you would like to see me react to, or a series, anything like that, let me know in the comments down below and I will check that out. With all that being said, I believe that is all that I have for you guys today. So I hope you enjoyed this live. Angelyca and I are already planning to do lives in December, so look out for those. It is always a hoot hanging out with her. We are similar in a lot of ways, and she is kicking ass when it comes to fat loss. Please make sure you like this video. If you have not already, please consider subscribing. I am chasing 40,000 subs by the end of November. We are basically almost there. 49% of my audience are not subscribed, so I would greatly appreciate that. Alrighty, let's get right into the video. Enjoy.
Alrighty, let's see.
Before we get started, I'm pulling a U. This is the Cosmic Candy in Gold on rebirthjewelry.com. You guys should go purchase it. It's very cute.
Oh, you guys are sweet. Yeah, I just restocked a bunch, so because it did sell out in gold pretty quickly.
Dude, it's so cute. I love it.
Yeah, it's a nice pop of color because I dress like I'm in prison.
You belong in prison.
Yeah. Alrighty, so I have pulled 4 fat acceptance, health at every size-ish type videos, and a short bonus clip if we somehow run through these videos very quickly. Let's see
what you got. Oh God, is this Marissa Matthews?
Yeah. Staple of
Does she still post? Like,
yeah, this is from the beginning of October.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
I feel like she's the only one left. Well, not only one, but out of all of the main fat acceptance TikTok creators, she's the only one that's still like rooting for him.
Yeah, she is still going very strong.
Kat said, rubbing my hands together because I'm so ready to talk some shit.
Yeah. Are you a mean girl like us, Kat?
Mean. I say that in quotes. Oh, what are you drinking? What do you have there?
A full sugar. Just kidding.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
A 0 sugar cherry Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper was my dad's drink when he used to drink soda back in the days.
His poison of choice.
Yeah, and then my grandma's was full sugar Pepsi.
Oh,
it's fine. Why is it blurring that? Like it's part of witness protection.
It's a slur.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but I talk about these all the time. Not sponsored. I'm trying to get an affiliate with them though. They sent me a link to apply. If you like caramel, this tastes exactly like liquid caramel. It is incredible. I pay full price for these two because usually I'll wait for Zevias to go on sale.
Mm-hmm.
No, those are, look, I have one already locked and ready to go because they are so freaking good.
Oh, I'll have to try that out. I don't know. I'll have to check my grocery store.
Cranberry. Yeah, I find these ones at Safeway.
So here we have Marissa Matthews. She's kind of a staple in the my Midwestern accent coming out, the fat acceptance community.
What's on her wrist? What is that?
Oh, I don't know. Is it like a headband or something?
I don't know.
I can't tell. Maybe we can see.
I'm so nosy.
I know. I'm like, let me zoom in and dissect everything. What's going on backstage? Or they said Marissa is always too loud, but that's nothing to do with the audio.
No, for real.
Well, I have her turn down a smidge just in case we do go deaf.
Hi there. This is your friendly reminder that we need to start normalizing fat people eating. Yeah? Because just because a person is fat doesn't mean that we can't eat. Doesn't mean that we don't deserve.
We know you be eating. What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, calories in, calories out.
I don't think
is real.
No one expects fat people to not eat. Everyone needs to eat.
Unless she's like talking about how we need to stop shaming fat people for eating so frequently or so much. But I don't think that like
as she's
fat people aren't eating
pasta with cheese on it, probably 2 grams of protein in that bowl. But go off, Marissa.
Yeah, 600 calories. Her second helping too.
Yeah, she has the pot left on the stove.
Yes, on low, keeping it warm for her next bowl.
It's very Amberlin coated.
For sure.
Deserve to eat doesn't mean anything, okay? Fat people deserve to eat. Fat people deserve to live a fulfilled life and eating nutritious food, okay?
This is rage bait. This has to be rage bait.
The nutrition and mention, it's literally all beige.
It's the cheese.
Not a vitamin or mineral in sight.
Not a gram of protein in sight. Yeah, everyone does deserve nutritious food. I think that is a problem, especially in like lower income areas. I do think, well, that's a big thing about like the government, how they subsidize corn and fast food and all that. I think they should be subsidizing farmers, like local farmers and Whole Foods. And yeah, I think not just fat people deserve nutritious food. Everyone deserves nutritious food. However, if you are a woman of this size, if you are a person of size, you are not eating primarily nutritious and whole foods. You are eating foods like this. It's like, well, that's not even, I don't even eat a lot. Like, look, this is what I'm eating. Yeah, but that bowl is probably like 600 to 700 calories. Or I eat once a day. That's nice, but you're probably eating this and then the entire pot on the stove and then a pint of ice cream, which isn't a lot volume wise, but Ben and Jerry's is like 1,200 calories. So
yeah, I feel like that's most common with like literally every single fat person, or like, oh, I can't lose weight for this, that, and the other reason. I know a lot of us don't really like receive any education on nutrition and calories and things like that. But if you just take the time to like sit down and like count your calories, literally just one day, and you would be shocked at like how much you actually eat or like how many calories is in certain things.
Yeah, when I first decided to take my health back into my hands back in 2020, so May 22nd, 2020 technically was the day, I knew like, okay, well, I need to see how much I'm actually eating, because I knew I was eating a lot. Like I didn't have any like, oh, well, I don't really eat that much. No, I was eating a lot constantly, morning, afternoon, and night. I didn't know what being hungry felt like because I was just kept shoveling food down my throat. Mm-hmm. So I tracked my food for, I don't know, like 4 or 5 days ish. And I was eating over 3,000 calories a day.
That's like double your maintenance probably.
4'11", sedentary at that point, over 4,000 or 3,000 to 4,000 calories a day, easily. So I was like, oh, there's my problem.
Yeah. Which that's very, I feel like that's kind of very brave of you to actually like face that up front. Cause I feel like a lot of people just are like, all right, I'll start counting the calories, but to like actually just
like eating normally.
Yeah. Eating normally and tracking it. Like no BS, no like,
and I knew it was grotesque. I was eating, like I've talked about before, like family bags of hot Cheetos basically every single day, tubs of cream cheese. I have a picture of a bag of hot Cheetos with two Panera cream cheeses. Why the
Oh.
fuck am I eating 2 tubs of cream cheese? And then same day I'd go to Trader Joe's and get, those vanilla batons, like the wafers. They're like,
Yeah.
so, eat like 2 or 3. That's cool. Your girl was eating the whole tin in a row. It was like that every single day.
And just like eating that much takes up so much time too.
It does.
I mean, I'm
And
a fast
money.
eater, but like just
And money.
things sitting down there, like consuming so much, you really like
That's all I
underestimate
did.
what you do.
I would lay in bed and just consume.
Haley in the comments says 0 people have said that fat people don't deserve to eat. And I
Yeah.
feel like that's something a lot of people in the fat acceptance community say, oh, we deserve this. People say we don't do this. And it's like, no one ever said that.
Yeah. No one's asking you to starve yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what we're asking. Something I think a lot about is how Glitter and Lasers got so big because she is so tall. You'd almost have to intentionally try to get so large. It's a lot easier to accidentally gain weight when small. Yeah, and if you go back on her videos, in one of my videos of her, she admitted to eating entire sheet cakes. So she would go to the store, or she lied and said she would go to the store, and then 2 seconds later she's like, oh, I'm just kidding, I got it delivered. So it's like, how do you lie so quickly, so easily? Because she was like, oh, that was the only thing that got me out of the house is going to get a sheet cake. Well, no, I actually got it delivered. First of all, why
so you didn't leave the house at all?
Yeah, so why are you lying so quickly? And then second of all, yeah, so she is consuming a lot of food. And it's sad because her mom, like most people know, her mom and her sister have expired due to obesity related issues, and she's on the same path. It's like that's why it's so funny when people are like big people of size are like
EOS,
you
people
don't,
of size.
Yeah. You know what I eat. And it's like, we have a general idea mathematically of how much you eat. If you give me your height and your weight, your activity level, and if you know your body fat percentage, I can tell you, well, calculators can tell you up to like plus or minus 100 to 200 calories, how many calories you are eating on average every day. Are you eating 5,000 calories per day? Probably not. But what's probably happening is like the binge restrict cycle that you talk about all the time, where, yeah, you might be restricting here and there, or you might be starving yourself for like a day or 2 or half a day or whatever, but then you binge. And those 10,000 calorie binges equal out to your average calories. Anna.
Yeah. A lying liar who lies. Yeah.
Literally.
This should be in her description of her social medias instead of, what is it, confidence queen or whatever.
Yeah, that's so weird. That is so weird to me because I don't think she is truly confident. I think it's forced. No meaning to having your cake and eating it too.
Hilarious.
We deserve to eat regardless of our fucking body and regardless of what you think that we should do with our body. Okay? So grab something, eat with me for a second.
No. Ew.
Trigger warning misophonia, I guess.
Yeah. Dude, when I do the what I eat in a days, oh my God. Because I have it bad. I have it real bad. And I'm sitting there just like clawing at my skin. I'm like, this is horrific. I cannot. Where does that stem from? I don't even know.
I don't know.
I don't know where it comes from.
Some crossed wire in that noggin.
I have a few crossed wires up there.
Yeah, me too. That's probably we like each other.
For real. Cake isn't even that good. Just eat an entire pie of ice cream. See, I disagree. I love cake. I love cake. I love bundt cakes, cupcakes.
Oh, yes.
I love. I'm indifferent to ice cream. It's good, but I would much rather eat cake.
Anna is also of Irish descent, and I swear I've seen several mothers in my hometown who look like her. Like she was born in Ireland. She'd be 100% be a Kathleen, LOL. Well, if she is Irish, then she's probably fat because her ancestors survived the famine.
Yes, that is so true.
We're really breaking it down.
If you guys see me looking down like this, it's because I'm reading the comments on my phone. By the way.
I have pasta.
We also have eyes. Thank you very much.
Cheesy pasta.
And my coffee.
It's probably an Alexandra Rodriguez style coffee.
Yeah, so it's actually just creamer with a droplet.
splash.
Yeah, of coffee.
A tincture of coffee. She's like, doop, doop. There's
Yeah,
coffee.
I hope she's not lactose intolerant. Look at this meal: milk,
Literally.
coffee, and just fucking mozzarella noodles.
I will give Alex some credit where I forgot. I think it might have, because I just did a reaction to her healthier Alex Instagram, and she was saying, yeah, I really do like sweet coffee. And then she had like 5 different things for her coffee. So I'm like, as long as she's aware,
Yeah,
at the very least.
being some sort of self-aware is very hard for everyone in girl world.
She does normal coffee, and then she does a pumpkin creamer, and then she does caramel sauce, and then she does a spray, a whipped sauce.
Oh, a cold foam or something
on top. Yeah. And I'm like, bro, that's crazy.
And then I see a lot in her videos that she'll like have, I mean, I know you're like a energy drink fiend, but like she'll have like multiple energy drinks on top of that too. And I'm like, oh my God, like I'm just anxious thinking about how much caffeine you have, because I get very jittery.
Oh, see, I'm the opposite. I feel like it kind of like mellows me out / helps me focus, which is why I consume so much of it. I should probably be on like Adderall or something.
Yeah, I was just about to say that's your ADHD.
Yeah, because even today, and I know it's not good to drink this much, but I mean, it is what it is. Fight me. Also Philip will drink like half of mine anyway, but a Reign, so that's 300. But he drank half, so it's like 150. And then we went to the gym, and I went and got, was it a C4? No, it was a Ghost. So another 200. And I'm just like, I can drink another one right now. I'm totally fine. I actually went and got this, and Philip was like, another energy drink. And I said, I wish I don't have any more.
Oh my God. Yeah, good thing the stevias don't have any caffeine.
Yeah. Shut up, Marissa.
Thank you so much. Have a great day. I mean, the day you deserve.
You too, sweetheart.
You too, sweetheart. Sweaty.
Sweaty. Someone said the poop. Where is it at? The poop bun is spreading.
Oh my God, it's everywhere. I'm so glad. Well, I guess my hair is probably long enough to like be in a poop bun, but
is that your natural hair color?
Yeah, basically. I'm like trying to grow out my blonde, so I have like some dye. Thank you.
I like that.
I'm trying to grow it out.
It looks good.
I just don't care about like doing my hair. I don't know if it's because I've lost so much weight, but I'm like, I don't care about being blonde. I don't care about like beating my face. I don't care about wearing cute outfits. I'm like, there's just other things in the world I'd rather focus on than a lot of those other things.
That's what I noticed too when I was my biggest. That's when I wore the most makeup. And like, there's nothing wrong with makeup, of course. Like, I still wear it, and I think it's nice when other people do wear it. But it's like, I'll only do it if I'm going out somewhere now.
Me too.
I'm like, it's still dope.
Yeah, and I think people are like really good at makeup too, but I feel like I used to like wear it as a mask, or like I would do it and like I'd like try to contour the hell out of my jawline and like try to make myself like look skinnier. Exactly. But now I'm like, okay, I don't really need to fake a jawline. Not that I have the sharpest one anyway.
Not me, but YouTube suggested one of your really old videos, like one of your first ones, and the difference in your face is crazy.
Thank you. I feel like it's getting so flat.
I was like, damn, like like I said in one of my videos, if you turn to the side, you're going to disappear.
Oh, thank you. You're so sweet.
Same with Graphically Alex. He's been dropping the weight too.
Yeah. I think he was like in the 300s or something, maybe. And then now he's down to like the lower 200, maybe even in the high 100s, which is crazy.
That's so cool.
It's good.
I'm so proud of you guys.
I know. I love seeing everyone succeed with their weight loss, or even just like seeing comments like, we're all in this together.
I love it.
Let me read this one comment. Do you find it hard to not accept, but basically process your body since losing quite a bit of weight? Melina, same thing, but past. I feel like I don't think about my body as much as I used to. So like, I'm not so hyper focused on like accepting myself for like who I am or like what I look like now. Because I don't know, when I was in fat acceptance, I felt like the whole time I was like, okay, I have to be body positive. I have to love myself. And I feel like that created some sort of like fixation where I was like constantly like body checking or like looking in the mirror or like trying to feel good about myself. And I feel like now I have more confidence from other things. So I'm not just focused on what I look like or what I maybe will look like in the future. If that makes any sense. I don't know. What do you feel like?
For me, it's kind of weird because most of the time, well, maybe not most, maybe like 40% of the time, if I take a picture, like a full body picture, or if I see myself in the mirror, I will see not me at my fattest, but me back in like 2020. And it's so bizarre. And I'll take a picture and then like whatever, move along my day. And then I'll come across that same picture like weeks later and I'm like, oh dang, like you look good. And then I'll remember, well, you thought that you looked like 50 pounds heavier in this. So I don't know. Body dysmorphia goes crazy.
Yeah. Okay. I think I understand the question now better. Like, kind of like comprehending what you actually look like. I feel like in my head, I still think I'm like look like my 240s. But then when other people take pictures of me, like when I got my wedding photos back from when Pablo and I went to Vegas in April, I was like, oh, okay, like there actually is some progress here, but it's hard to. I feel like I don't see it unless it's in pictures. When I just look in the mirror, I'm like, okay, there's my fupa and my double chin. But like seeing it, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm seeing other people's perspectives and I can kind of understand what I actually look like.
Yeah. What helps is clothing too. Like I have I only have one pair of jeans now. And like they've always fit me properly the last, I don't know, 3-ish years that I've had them. But because last year, November of 2024, that's when I took semaglutide for 2 months. And then I lost 10 pounds, stopped it January, and then lost an additional 6-ish. So because I was that size for a few years because I was lifting and training for strength. And then with that comes body fat, totally fine. But I was used to the high 120s. And then now I'm in the 110s. I'm wearing the jeans. I'm like, these fit me totally different. So it helps.
Yeah, like the body recomp or whatever.
Yeah. It's like they fit me snug, not like overspilling back then. But now I'm like, oh, I need a belt to wear these. So that helps me understand also like you're not that size anymore. Not that I wasn't big. I was categorically overweight, but it was still like, it really wasn't an issue. But if I didn't get a hand on or hang on it, I could very easily gain weight because your girl likes to eat.
Yeah, it is a genuine shock to like see how big you used to be because I feel like, I don't know. I mean, like I knew obviously I was like plus size and like chubby and fat when I was like 272.8, but like now to look back at it now that I've lost like over 80 pounds, I'm like, okay, diva, that face is looking very plump.
So Olivia, she says, I've lost 22 pounds since August, which congratulations. That's incredible.
Yeah, congratulations.
And I feel like I don't see a difference at all. Has anyone else felt this? So look up it's called the paper towel effect or paper towel theory or something like that. Basically, when you have a full paper towel, when you're using it, like throughout the days, you're taking some off, but the paper towel still looks big. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh crap, I'm about to run out of paper towels. And that's how losing body fat is. It's like over time you're losing your body fat and you're like, oh, I don't really see anything. And then all of a sudden one day you're like, oh crap, like I've lost weight. And then also what could be happening is you could be losing it from your visceral fat, which is the best place to lose it first because that's a dangerous fat. And from that, you're not really going to see it. And then as time goes on, but you're losing it. So that's all that matters. Just keep going.
For sure.
Keep going healthily.
Yes. And then a lot of people are saying, yeah, like clothes help them realize that they look different.
And then also, I think I covered this in one of my videos because Emery says people won't usually say anything until you lose like 50 plus. A lot of times people won't say anything ever at all because people kind of understand now not to make comments on people's weight loss because no one really knows why you lost weight. Could be you're sick or you're depressed or you're starving yourself, which is why I don't really comment on it unless I know that person is trying to lose weight the healthy way. So don't take other people not saying, wait, did I say that right? Yeah. Don't take other people not saying anything about your loss as like, it doesn't look like you've lost weight. And always take progress pictures and measurements.
Okay, Juan. Oh my God, my first super chat. Thank you, Meredith.
Let's go.
I started losing weight before watching you guys, but both have helped me lose
Oh,
40 more pounds to lose. Congratulations, Meredith. We're so proud of you.
hell yeah. I'm glad we
YouTube
can
definitely
help.
like helps me stay on track and like, because
Yeah.
I don't know, just seeing everyone like continue to succeed in their weight loss, and then like then watching like the fat acceptance videos, and I'm like, okay, I've changed, and I want to continue changing and becoming a better version of myself.
Yeah. When I started going back to the gym in 2021, that's when they opened after COVID, every morning, because that's when I forced myself to learn how to be disciplined with going to the gym. And the only way I really knew how to do that was by waking up at 4 a.m. and getting to the gym by 5. So I would do that. I did that for a year straight. And on the drive there, I would listen to, I don't remember the channel name, but I think it was a guy, he would read off from r/lose it and r/fat logic. And I would just listen to that for like a year straight because it just kept me motivated. So this type of stuff helps. And like I get comments all the time. I'm sure you do too in your DMs on YouTube. Like as much as people are like, oh, it's just so stupid. I'm just like, I have hundreds, if not thousands, of screenshots of people saying this helps me. So if you don't like it, then we are just simply not the creators for you.
Yeah, someone left when I said that we were going live yesterday in my post. Someone was like, "Are you guys actually going to do commentary on fat acceptance, or are you just going to make fun of people the whole time?" And I'm
We
like,
don't even make fun. We don't make. I don't know. I don't think we make fun of people. We're not like, oh, look at this stupid fat fatty. No, you're making content about how it's okay
yeah,
to
maybe
be fat.
sometimes.
Yeah. I don't know.
You're speaking for yourself.
Yeah, I'll speak for myself. So I don't really do that. Maybe I don't know. I'll make fun of like. I'm trying to think of an example, but
Like glitter and
I
lasers,
can't
like
really.
fat roll or something, but nothing like too
When it's never like,
derogatory.
look at this fat roll. It's like that's not loose skin. That is a fat roll.
Yeah, you're just pointing out the obvious, and the obvious is, and the truth hurts.
Yeah, truth. Isn't that a Lizzo song? Truth hurts.
Yeah, her biggest bop.
Something.
All right, let's go to the next one.
Get ready with me as I talk about why I was healthier. Oh, when I was 50 pounds heavier.
I know it's going to be a doozy.
Get ready with me as I talk about why I was healthier when I was 50 pounds heavier. About a month ago, I finally started going to the gym again because I felt healthier when I was 50 pounds heavier. A couple years ago, I was doing weightlifting. And while I was weightlifting, I had gained about 12 pounds, which if you're someone who does any type of muscle training, you know the weight that I gained was...
I was like, let me find all these videos that are gonna make Melina mad.
You see me like shifting. You did not gain 12 pounds of muscle.
Yeah, of water weight for
average,
using 20-pound dumbbells.
The pink 2-pound dumbbell that they have in like the spin classes. I'm like, bro, I guess it makes sense for spin classes, but normal weight, absolutely not. Women cannot gain muscle that quickly, even when you are doing everything optimally, eating properly, which most people are not, eating enough protein, prioritizing sleep, getting good recovery. The most muscle you're going to gain a month is like 1 to 2 pounds as a newbie. There is no way in hell she gained 12 pounds of muscle. That's just, no. What usually happens, and this is a very common thing with, excuse me, when women think like, oh, lifting made me bulky. No, it's the food. Because what happens when people start strength training is they get hungrier because you're exercising, you're pushing your body, your muscles to the limit. So you get hungrier. And what do you do when you get hungrier? You eat and you gain body fat. So
obviously, like if you gain more muscle, like you can eat a little bit more because it helps your metabolism, or like whatever. You can correct my information. But then people are like, well, I just have so much muscle now, I can just eat a bunch. Which I feel like a lot of people have speculated that's why Anna started lifting, because she thinks that she could be on this strongman diet and eat like fucking 8,000 calories a day.
Yeah, and you do not need to eat that much. Ideally for people who are bigger and they start strength training, the best thing to do is, of course, to lift, but also for your food to eat around maintenance or slightly below, because you'll still be able to body recomp. So lose body fat and gain muscle. And when you're recomping, your weight is staying the same, but your measurements are going to go down. You're not going to gain 12 pounds.
Yeah, something else is going on.
It's diabolical.
It was actually from muscle, not fat. I was eating better, my skin was better, my sleep was better, my blood work was cleaner. However, I just couldn't get past the fact that I had gained weight and was at my highest weight, and so that's what made me stop.
I feel like a lot of people will exercise when they're like super fat and they're like, okay, I'm healthy. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, there's like some other like lifestyle habits that we could implement to become a little bit more healthier. And just because you're, I mean, I don't have like scale eyes, so I can't say like how much I think she is. I always like grossly overestimate because I'm for comedic effect, but I'm just like,
she looks pretty big.
Yeah.
And oftentimes what happens when people start exercising in general, whether it's cardio or strength training, is they grossly overestimate how many calories are burned through exercise. You are not burning that many calories through exercise, especially through strength training. If you do want to burn more calories, it's going to be through cardio. Yes, you build muscle, which does help like boost your metabolism. It's not a huge amount, a few hundred calories or whatever per whatever pound. I'll have to look that up. And then also you do burn calories after lifting. I forgot the name of that. Someone will probably know, but people will look at their watch and say, oh, my watch tells me I just burned 450 calories from lifting. You didn't. So then they're like, oh, I can go eat an extra 450 calories, which then takes them out of maintenance or their deficit and can easily put them back into a surplus. And then they gain weight.
Yeah. So if anyone's using like a tracking app and it like includes exercise, you can take that off. So then it doesn't like allow you extra calories into your allowance.
Yep. I completely ignore calories burned for exercise. One, because it's off all the time. These watches are notoriously bad for tracking calories burned. And then two, it's just irrelevant, especially if you're in a deficit. Like, why do you want to eat back what you just burned? Because it'll help in your fat loss.
Yeah, if you burn calories, then just take advantage of that. So then you can lose even more weight.
Exactly.
And for everyone saying you hate how she's doing her makeup and she's doing it wrong, yeah, I hate watching people like talk and do their makeup because I mean I don't wear that much makeup nowadays, but I've been watching YouTube since I was approximately 8 years old, so I've seen every makeup tutorial ever. So I can't stand watching other people do their makeup.
Started in the first place was because I found out I was pre-diabetic, and guess what happened a year after I stopped working out? I became diabetic.
Because you're eating and you're still humongous. It has nothing to do with you exercising or not.
Yeah. Right? I mean, exercising is better than not exercising, but like you get diabetes because of your diet, not your lifestyle.
Yeah, it's from insulin resistance.
Between being diagnosed as diabetic and not being diabetic, I lost about 15 pounds in a month. And instead of going to the doctors about it, I called it a win because it was weight down. I talked to my endocrinologist about it once I was diagnosed, and we basically came to the conclusion that because my blood sugar was so high in that time period, I was in Europe, I was partying a lot, that it was not me losing like actual like fat. Instead, it was my body eating away at basically its own muscle. Oh
my God. Your body is not just going to eat away at your muscle for no reason. If you have excess body fat, it's going to use your fat. And I forgot, there's a name for it, but it is easier. Your body's going to do what is easiest and what requires the least amount of energy to process, like all your bodily processes. And using fat before muscle will always come first. Yeah, you can lose muscle, but your body's going to prioritize the fat. That's what it's there for.
Yeah, your fat reserves.
That's quite literally why the fat is there, is because you consume too much food. You burn 2,000 calories a day. You eat 2,500. Your body cannot use those 500 calories. So what does it do? It stores it as fat for later use.
On a GLP-1, I've been on Mounjaros for about 6 months now. I've lost
on what?
30.
Mounjaros.
Mounjaros?
It's European.
Cool.
I got it while I was partying.
Yeah.
The pharmacy cheaper over here.
Yeah.
Pounds. And my A1C is back down to a 5.9. However, I am still not as healthy as I was back then. As society, we were always taught that the smaller the number is on the scale, the healthier you are. And here I am, 2 years later starting my fitness journey from scratch because I listened to that.
I just also, when people are like, oh, okay, well, I used to exercise and I used to do this and that, and it's like, I heard someone say, like, we always overestimate the good things that we do, or like we always like overestimate like the vegetables and the fruit and the water that we drink, and then we always underestimate like the cookies and
Crisps,
like the
yeah,
milkshakes and all the shit that
exactly.
we have. And it's like, so when people are like, oh yeah, I was like exercising all the time, I'm like, okay, so like twice a month, like
Yeah. What is all the time too? Because all the time for me, it's like 3 times a day, which I don't, by the way, I don't do that. I lift 4 times a week. Some people are like, ew, Honey Bison is addicted to exercise. And I'm like, what? I'm not.
yeah.
4 times a week, it's not addicted. Oh, she was like, oh, a smaller number on the scale doesn't always mean healthier. This is true with a specific subset of people. This is not true for morbidly obese people, because the smaller you are, less body fat you get, is objectively healthier.
Period. Especially if you're someone that has like diabetes and insulin resistance too.
Exactly. It's just all cope. It's just delusional. And unfortunately, when people are this deep in their delusion, they cannot, you can't change their mind.
For sure.
I let myself stop doing something that was both physically good for me and something I enjoyed, because I cared more about a number on a scale than the way I feel. And I wish I could go back and literally slap her. Because I want this to be a reminder that weight and health isn't linear. Someone could be 50 pounds bigger than me like I was before and be healthier in the sense
That's
of
just
my
not
ability
true.
to do things.
It's just objectively not true. You're not going to be healthier adding 50 pounds of body fat, especially when you're morbidly obese. Now, if you were like Eugenia Cooney adding 50 pounds, yes. But if you are overweight or obese, adding more weight to you is not good. Even if, let's say, in a delusional la la land world, she added 50 pounds of muscle, that's still not good, because your joints and gravity exist, and you're going to grind your cartilage down to dust carrying all that weight. It's like even humongous bodybuilders, like they still are not healthy.
Yeah, and I heard, how do you say her name? Leona?
Oh, Ilona.
Okay.
Ilona, yeah.
Okay. I always say it wrong and people roast me. She was saying like, yeah, well, technically like bodybuilders, if they have so much muscle, they're considered obese, and like being so overweight, even if it is muscle, like it's still putting stress on your heart to pump the blood everywhere.
Yeah. Your joints. Yeah. Everything.
Yeah. It might be like a little bit healthier than body fat, but it's still doing something to your body.
Yeah. And that's why there's a range. Oh, excuse me. Oh, that was disgusting. I apologize.
I have misophonia. You can't just burp into the microphone like that.
You fucking hypocrite.
Yeah.
Look at my forehead vein. That's crazy. That's why there are ranges for body fat percentages, what's healthy in men and women. Of course, women need more body fat, but for women, I believe the healthy range is 15 to, I think, 25%. So as long as you're in that range, like, you're golden. She's not golden.
Yeah, if not, she's probably
like 50.
Yeah, I was gonna say right now I think I'm like 31. So
you're getting there. You're almost there.
Well, so I'm like, and I'm 190, or I think I'm 188. I did today. So it's like,
hell yeah.
I was probably like 50 at my highest, if not more.
Do you have a scale, like one of those smart scales?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I thought those were like kind of gimmicky, and I was like, whatever, I'll just use it for the weight. But I got a DEXA scan done, and at least the scale that I use, it matched up by like 0.2. It was like 0.2 up or down. I was like,
that's cool.
Well, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, and even if those aren't super accurate, I think it's good to just see like some sort of other things on besides like numbers changing on the scale.
Yeah, and you can, even if they're somewhat wrong, you can still see trends throughout the weeks, months, and years. So yeah, I like those, and they're not expensive at all. I think the cheapest one's like $20 on Amazon.
Yeah, I think that's how much mine was, maybe around there. I want to address this super chat real quick from Emery. Okay. Hey dolls, I've been focusing on the gym and macros, but now need to lock in on tracking and weighing food. I'm nervous. I don't know why, and can use a little bit of pep talk.
I wouldn't be nervous. I see tracking food as knowledge and empowering in a way, because it's like I know exactly what I'm eating. And for me, at least, because I'm in a cut right now for a photo shoot, if I don't track, like especially my protein, I'm going to end up under eating protein by a lot. And when you're in a deficit, especially when you are on the smaller side, you have to eat high protein. Otherwise, your body will start metabolizing or using muscle, because there's really not that much fat left. So eating higher protein and strength training helps you retain whatever muscle mass that you have. So for me, tracking is like, I know that I am nourishing my body. I know I'm eating enough protein. I'm getting enough fiber, because fiber is very important. Colon cancer is on the rise, you guys. Please eat your fiber. Do not listen to these carnivore freaks. Like the lady who apparently eats nothing but butter and steak, that Asian lady. I think she's just pretending, because that's disgusting. Yeah, I think it's empowering. And if you have issues with food, like hinging or under consuming, I do suggest for people to talk to someone about that first before jumping into it. If you do want to somewhat track while you're working through that, just getting one of those like diagrams where it shows it's a plate, and then it's like a quarter vegetables, a quarter complex carbs, and then half protein, or whatever the breakdown is, and then doing that instead of like weighing everything out. Because I know weighing things out can get problematic. Like I used to have issues with it years ago. I knew it was a problem and I needed help when I Googled how many calories are in a single like walnut or almond. And I was like, bitch, you need to stop.
Yeah, getting a little crazy.
So yeah, those are my thoughts.
Yeah, I think it is empowering too, or just to like know what you're actually eating. Cause like today I was just like, I'm about to start my period. I'm like, whatever. So I'm not tracking. But then I sit here in the back of my head. I'm like, okay, well, I had this, and that, and this is probably maybe this calories and this. And it's like, I wouldn't even be sitting here like making up pretend numbers in my head if I just like went ahead and tracked, even though like I was being fucking like a lazy bitch. Like,
Yeah.
I just think it's good to, like you said, like you get to know what you're actually eating, and then also educating yourself. Cause I mean, I feel like the only like nutrition class I had was in elementary school, but now you can be like, okay, well, this has this many calories and this much fat, and this makes me feel good. So I should like continue to buy that the next week when I go to the grocery store, and figure out like what is like consistently making you feel good, and figure out like what you like, so you can continue to succeed. Yeah.
Another thing is, it's helpful to know that tracking is not forever. You're not supposed to track your food forever. It's supposed to teach you. So I forgot I can't remember what creator says this. I watch a lot of people in this niche, but they say before you weigh out your food. So let's say you want to eat 150 grams of chicken. Put what you think is 150 grams of chicken on your plate first, and then wait to see how close you get. Because eventually you should and would get to the point where you can eyeball, okay, that's about 100 grams of chicken. This is about 100 grams of rice. And 100 grams of rice is not a lot. How much rice I like to eat is like 250 grams. 100 grams is not that much, but it allows you to learn what actual portion sizes are, especially for nut butters.
Yeah, you'd be surprised about like how much calories this is in something like fucking peanut butter.
A little handful of nuts.
Yeah, you're like, okay,
who's eating this many nuts?
Yeah,
I'm eating this
squirrel.
many. Yeah.
Versus now where I'm starting from scratch. And what actually inspired me to go back to the gym was when I was in Croatia. You jump into the water from the boat and then you pull yourself back up on a ladder to get back out. And that was actually really hard to do.
It literally looks like she's putting no makeup on. Like I feel like you can't even tell a difference from the beginning.
You see, when I do like talking videos in my car, I do like to fidget with things or to be doing something because I think it helps my brain. However, I don't think I could do my makeup and do a story, because what if I'm telling the story and then I do like an eyebrow, but then I mess up the story? What do? Do you just like pretend to put it on your eyebrow? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I feel like a lot of it's performative, and We
Is
have
it?
such
Okay.
squirrel brains nowadays that like people just do something on the screen so then we continue to watch because there's like
Right.
visual interest.
And it's something that should have been hard to do. So I have realized, yes, I have lost 50 pounds in about a year and a half since I stopped weightlifting. However, in that time, I have lost.
Blames it on weightlifting. So she's lost 50 pounds in a year. So it's like a pound a week. I mean, I think that's good, but I wouldn't blame it on weightlifting. You didn't
Yeah.
lose 50 pounds of muscle.
Yeah. It's if you're losing body fat, if you're losing weight, well, weight and fat are different, but you guys know what I mean. If you're losing weight, you are in a deficit. Period. That's just how it works.
Lost muscle, and something as basic as pulling myself out of the water is way harder than it should have been. I'm really proud of the growth
Yeah,
I've had,
because you're
especially
freaking 300 pounds. Of course, it's going to be hard to pull yourself out of the water. What?
Yeah.
What's wrong way?
while being on this app with just my overall confidence and being okay with my body. However, I wish someone would have looked at me back then and said you should be focusing more on your physical health than a number on a scale. And if you're watching this, take this as your sign.
Your physical health is pretty correlated with the number on the scale, though, regardless of what spectrum you're on. Does the scale number matter? Is that the only thing that matters? No, absolutely not. But it is definitely a factor. Is it the factor? No, it is a factor. And it is delusional to think that it's not. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Well, I remember this I think they're still in fat activism. Their name's Jordan. They're the one with lipidemia and lipidemia that like went viral. They were like in a parade ad.
I think I remember.
But they like did this they did like a multiple episode like series on a YouTube channel talking about like their channel or talking about their journey from getting like a lipodemia and lipidemia diagnosis. And they were like, well, if only my Hayes doctor would have weighed me, they would have noticed that I had rapid
weight gain.
Weight gain. Yeah, weight gain. And I could have got this diagnosis a lot earlier. And it's like, well, you preach about health at every size and that your weight has nothing to do with your health, but it does.
And that's actually one thing I mentioned. Oh, what was it in a video?
Jordan has lost so much weight. And the crazy thing is, like, I was thinking about doing a video on them. Like, I literally have a fucking like document started. This person has lost like 200 pounds, obviously still like super morbidly obese, but they're like at the beginning of 2025, they were like, stay fat 2025, blah, 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 fat liberation. And I'm like, you have lost 200 pounds and you're telling other people to stay fat and you're actively on a weight loss journey?
Diabolical.
Please.
Well, because they know that if they actively tell people or suggest, hey, if you lose X amount of weight, you will feel better, the fat acceptance community will come blazing. They'll come slowly because they can't really walk or run, but they're coming.
Goofy. All right, let's finish this off.
All my plus size people out there, you deserve to take up space in the gym. You deserve to go to workout classes. Your body, your heart health, those things matter. And working out in a way that feels good for you is the way to do it.
I agree with that sentiment. However, no one is telling people not to take up space. The only time I'm annoyed with someone taking up space is if they are next to me on a plane, whether they're fat or bodybuilder, and they're touching me. That's it. I don't care if you're at the gym. You belong at the gym. Not in a mean way, but like everyone belongs. Like everyone deserves to be there, of course. Like normal people are not looking at fat people in the gym and going, you shouldn't be here. No, they're the ones who should be there the most. That's what the gym is for.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's just people in fat acceptance community they just like make up random things or they interpret reality different. So then they have to like convince themselves, I deserve this. I need to be here. Take up space. And it's like no one.
I feel like they make things up too. I feel like a lot of the story, like what's her name, Tess, the flight attendant. I don't think that happened. Yeah,
it would like literally makes no sense.
I think she did push. I'm impressed that she even attempted to go inside of one of those lavatories because I can hardly fit in those.
Yeah, they're squeezing tight.
So I do think that she pushed the button and then the guy came, but I don't think the rest of that conversation happened.
Yeah, for sure. It happened in her head.
Yeah. Or she thought that that's what he was thinking. And then she just made it into a whole story because she's irrelevant now. I still need to make that video about her. People were like, "Where's the chest video?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, we forgot about her."
Yeah, we got. I was about to say bigger fish to fry, but I guess she's probably one of the biggest.
She would be a big fish to fry.
Let's see. Let me go through some of the comments.
I said also your overall health will, for the most part, improve as you're losing weight. I've lost over 100 pounds in a year. Let's go.
Congratulations.
And my VO2 max has gone up almost 10 points. Oh, that's amazing. Resting heart rate has gone down 20, etc. Yeah, VO2
That's
max
awesome.
is an excellent way to measure your health and if you're doing things.
Haley says, I have a
properly.
theory. She made up the story to get Southwest's attention to become a body diversity consultant. That's okay. You're genius. That would be such a great
Purely
theory.
projection of what they think about themselves. I agree.
Yeah. Let's see. It's very ED coded. Like they feel better when others are huge. And they're talking about like the Jordan Stay Fat thing.
Yeah. Well, also, who is that one lady? You cover her. She talked with the other big lady. She's a skinny girl.
Oh, the nutritionist. I think her name's Abby.
No, it was, I think she's an actress, black hair.
Oh, Jamila Jamil.
Yes. People like her who have been thin her entire life.
Yeah,
like,
that have a restrictive ED.
Fat people should be fat. And it's like, you just want them to be fat so you can be the thin friend.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all that it is.
You don't care about people's health.
Yeah.
I was like scrolling through TikTok and I was like cackling and kicking my feet. I'm like, oh, we're gonna react to this one. Save.
Why would I let a bunch of slave traders tell me how to like my body? So somebody's
trading slaves right now. Who's trading slaves in America?
I mean, I'm not the most educated on history, but I don't think it's happened for quite a few
there are
100 years.
There are actually more. Yeah, here. Well, I'm sure there's like sex slaves and that kind of stuff, but there are actually
human
more
trafficking
slaves now than there were back then in other countries. Yeah, it's not nice to look up.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. I'm genuinely asking this, but how does it come from colonialism and racism? I never heard that before. It's always, is she white? I don't know. She looks white. It's always a white woman talking about this.
I know. So this is not what I think. This is what the people in the fat acceptance think. So the Holy Bible, also known as, I think it's Sabrina Strings. What the hell's that book?
Oh, I think I know what you're talking
Hearing
about.
the Black Body. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And so in Sabrina's book, she claims that a white person went to Africa, and when they were like doing the slave trade, he found this very voluptuous African woman, big butt, big boobs, big lips. And she claims that he like purchased her and then like paraded her around in a cage. And like people would pay money to like look at her, and they like made fun of her weight. And like I'm not explaining it well, but like that's just the general idea of like how fat phobia is rated in racism.
I'm gonna have to read it. I've seen a number of Black people say this book is fucking stupid.
Yeah, and it's really just like her opinion, because what she's doing is like she's just interpreting art and history. I mean, history is very skewed and stuff, but like a lot of it is just based on like what she thinks about certain pieces of art, and it's not really based in like logic or reality.
Yeah. I think people in the fat acceptance, health at every size movement, they want to feel like they are oppressed, like how Black people are / were, or LGBT people are / were. But it's like, we can't change being LGBT, we can't change being Black, but you can change being fat. So how dare you put yourself into that category when you have complete control over it?
Okay, Stephanie says that did happen, but you can't correlate fat and racism. Yeah, I do believe that like someone like paraded an African woman around and like like sold tickets,
like horrific.
But, yeah, but I don't feel like it would be about her weight. It'd be like, look how different this person is. Yeah.
And I feel like more voluptuous bodies now are still Like people like that. Like they like the hourglass figure, the thick thighs, thick butts, but it does go in cycles too. So
yeah, but I do think it's just like a coping mechanism where like, well, I'm fat and I feel bad about myself, but there's not really like any sort of law or like previous laws that cause discrimination against. So I'm going to like co-opt the struggles of other actual minority groups.
Right. Yeah.
All right. And then someone says they have to tag themselves onto actual civil rights movements in every way. It's ridiculous. If you're a fat, straight white lady, the only thing you have to be oppressed about is fat. True. And they need a reason to pull the victim
not
card.
Oppressed. If you're, she's not oppressed being fat. Come on.
77% of Americans are overweight.
Yeah. You're the majority, sweetheart.
Asking.
Okay, so she's reading a comment says, I'm genuinely asking this, but how does it come from colonialism and racism? I've never heard that before. Oh, sorry, I explained it for no reason.
How is fat phobia connected to racism and colonialism? And honestly, it's a really good question. I wasn't aware of this until a few years ago myself. And if you think about it, before the 1700s, bigger bodies were actually celebrated. In the ancient times and in the Renaissance, like if you think about old statues or old...
Because back then, people were impoverished, people were dying, people had to eat bread made with sawdust because there was no ingredients.
I don't understand
having a little bit of chub showed that you were wealthy.
Grasp this? Why don't they grasp this? People back then did not have money to eat. Those who had money to eat got a little bit big. And by the way, those statues are not morbidly obese. They're still probably on the healthy range of body fat. They're not like her.
Yeah, the Venus, it's like, okay, she is like this much belly.
It's a roll. Yeah, a roll that you can go like this. Not
and you're like this.
I don't understand how they don't. That's like the simplest one. The simplest one.
You have to like try to be this stupid and delusional.
At least she has a Diet Coke in the background. So.
True.
Old paintings. These people were voluptuous. Being fuller was a sign of wealth, it was a sign of health, and it was a sign of beauty. But then in the 1700s, we really got into colonialism and the slave trade. White Europeans really started using body size as a way to distance themselves from the people that they were oppressing, especially Black women.
I feel like that literally makes no sense. Like, people were being oppressed and discriminated against because of their skin color, not
their weight.
Not their weight.
And I don't know if this is true or not, but I feel like if people were enslaved, they were not bigger, maybe because they were being starved.
Yeah, it's not like they were having like they didn't have like a bunch of access to food.
Yeah,
they were just given like enough to survive,
if that.
White women started getting jealous that white men were idolizing and graping Black women. That's really when thinness started being seen as civilized and fatness was labeled as lazy or savage.
I don't.
What the fuck? White women were jealous.
I need a source for that one. That is a wild claim.
Can we get a source on that one? Was there a research study done or a book?
Yeah, the burden of proof is on the person making the claim. So, ma'am, we're going to need your sources cited.
Yeah. Where did you come up with that information?
Can
we get a direct quote, please?
And not from a fat blog.
Yeah.
And colonialism is all about control. It's control over land, control over people, and even over bodies. And if you can make people obsess over shrinking themselves into something that is acceptable, then you distract them from questioning the system that taught them to hate themselves in the first place.
Oh, that's a great screen grab.
Diet culture. No, girl, we just don't want you to be fucking bedbound. That's not diet culture. That's not fear mongering you to be hyperfixated on your weight.
It's all connected. That's why
here we go again.
Isn't just about finding
It's all connected.
It's all connected.
That one, who was it? That fat girl Flo. Was it her talking about how she's oppressed like the people in Gaza or something. One of
yeah.
them. So
Probably.
goofy. Yeah, probably.
Oh no, that was the
that's
she
a
had, like
TikTok.
super curly hair.
Yeah. But I think Fat Girl Flo had the shirt that said "Fatties for a Free Palestine" or something.
Yeah.
Something egregious.
There's just so many oppressed people out there.
Yeah.
I'm glad they can support each other.
Imagine, how are you going to say that you are oppressed when you have so much privilege that you can eat yourself to this point? You have so many resources that you're able to eat, so much excess that you're able to look this big. You are privileged.
While
That
you're
is
while you're
privilege.
doing a charity event for people that are literally being starved.
Exactly. Go donate some of the food that you have in your cabinets and go bring it to food banks who actually need it right now. You don't need it.
Confidence. It's about breaking free from systems that were never built for us to love ourselves in the first place.
Yeah, like the ultra processed food industry, the pharmaceutical industry. No, we never talk about that.
Food and big pharma are like this.
Yeah, but let's just talk about diet culture.
It's just so goofy when they're like, all right, we love ourselves. If you love something, you take care of it. You love your dog, you take care of it. Amber.
Sorry. Yeah, speaking of Amber, Cat goes, pull out the journals, LMAO.
Oh, look, here. I have them right here. This is fact. This is fact. Who lies in their journal? Who?
It's actually illegal to do that.
Taste by Isabel Wilkerson, and The Body is Not an Apology by Sonia Renee Taylor. Highly recommend checking them out. They really opened up my mind and helped liberate myself from my own shackles of oppression. Because now that I understand
Shackles of oppression while speaking about slaves.
Exactly. How are you trying to compare your... Oh, my God. The privilege.
fitness and diet culture is really just a means of control and keeping me down. And it's really just
The only thing keeping you down is gravity. Damn. Finger dab.
It's so crazy to me how they think us wanting people to be healthy and agile and live until their 80s and 90s, being able to, get up off the toilet, not, die, and they do not have control. You are in the shackles of oppression in the form of all 13 medications you need to take every day to stay alive. Dialysis, your CPAP machine. That is your shackle. Not people telling you, hey, you might want to lose like Yeah, someone said shackles of oppression. She's wearing a multi-$100 Apple Watch. Exactly.
Yeah. Nuts.
this hierarchy of bodies in play. And I don't want to subscribe to this idea that this body is better than this body and this body is worse than this one. That doesn't make sense to me.
I'm not saying,
yeah,
I'm not saying it for everyone deserves a very basic level of respect. Like, I don't think you should be rude to fat people in real life, or I guess on the internet, depending on who they are, just because they are fat. Like, I don't think that, but there are, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. Like, even someone that has like some type of autoimmune disorder, if you ask them, hey, would you rather that not exist? They're going to say, yeah, because that's the healthier option. Mm-hmm. So, like,
and people with fat acceptance still follow that hierarchy too, especially when people have like BED. Obviously, like there's some sort of like mental issue where you're trying to, like, during the restrict cycle, you're like trying to lose weight. You obviously still want to be
a body is just a body. It has nothing to do with my kindness, with my grit.
No, your body does have something to do with your grit and your discipline. Because if you are undisciplined, you don't have grit, you're habits every single day. And if you are disciplined and you go to the gym and you eat properly day by day, week by week, year by year, your body will reflect that. She's stupid.
Period. Yeah, what grit do you have?
Grit for what? You can't even not order DoorDash for one day out of the week.
Well, that's how she's disciplined. She's so disciplined.
Instead of 7.
Orders DoorDash, so consistent. Like,
We're into inclusion and diversity within the United States, and I would love to continue talking about this topic. I really hope that it sparks your own personal interest and research into it, because why would I let a bunch of slave traders tell me how to like my body? That doesn't make sense.
Bitch, name one slave trader that you know.
I'm waiting. Like, does it really make any sense? Like, oh, you're a slave, so you can't have any self-esteem. Like, that's not anything you have control over.
Yeah, I just don't understand the whole
The logic.
fat. I'm gonna do some research into that so I can come up with some actual, I don't know, arguments with stats.
Yeah, because sometimes like they just say something so crazy, and you're like,
I'm like, what?
I'm like, you don't know how to reply.
Yeah, well, I think what it is when you're finally accepting that the things that you are doing are not good for you, and people get very offended, I guess. I know there's a better word for it, but they get upset when people attack their habits and their choices, because deep down inside they know that they are doing something bad for themselves. But it's like, okay, you're feeling this way for a reason. If
something wasn't true, you wouldn't like be so upset about it.
For the most part, yeah. So I think that's what it is. And another thing that kind of sucks, it's like, oh, congrats, you're gonna die early. It's like the people in these communities that don't find their way out do end up dying. And it's not like we can go to their grave and say, see, it kind of just happens, which sucks. Like, I don't want these people to die. I want them to get healthy, and I want them to lose weight and keep it off and live, better, healthier lifestyle. But sometimes it just doesn't happen. And I think that will be the case for Glitter and Bagels and Amberlyn Reed, Chantal, and Alex R. Maybe. I think she has maybe a better chance than all of them. But
my watch just told me my heart rate is up. Yeah.
That's my heart rate. My heart rate's 85.
Yeah. I sometimes, like, when I react to these videos, I get like genuinely pissed off. But after I'm done talking about it, then I go back to normal. And I don't want to say I'm scared that people think I'm crazy all the time, but I'm like, after like the computer, like the laptop shuts, I'm like back to a normal person. This stuff just gets me really fucking heated for a short period of time.
Yeah.
And I think this might be the last one for the night, because Pablo and I are going to have dinner together.
Hooray. What are you guys going to eat?
I don't know yet. We haven't decided.
Stream of consciousness style. Alrighty.
I don't hate being fat. I think society hates me being fat. The patriarchy hates me being fat, for sure. And I think that
it's always the patriarchy.
No one hates that you're
your
fat.
Your joints hate you being fat. Your heart hates you being fat. Your back hates you being fat. Your knees, your lungs, your brain hates you being fat. Your VO2 max being a 10 hates you being fat.
Yes. I mean, society always has its opinions, but your body probably hates you more than anyone else.
Exactly.
that sometimes, like, that internalized misogyny and fat phobia definitely, like, comes out in the way that I talk to myself.
It's not internalized fat phobia. It's just
it's you realizing that you should not be this way.
Yeah. It's not ED, it's not toxic, it's reality.
I just, like, think that sometimes I'm getting ready or something, and in my head I'm like, oh, this outfit isn't flattering, or this outfit doesn't accentuate my waist. Just the most random things that have been ingrained into me as, like, inherently bad.
My first thought was glitter and bagels wearing her lifting belt on her boobs,
Yeah.
on her waist when she was measuring herself. She like measured right here. I'm like, that's not your waist.
Yeah, that's your fucking rib cage, lady.
Yeah. I want to try to fit my lifting belt on my rib cage. You can see it right there.
Which aren't. Like, when you're getting dressed, you should be thinking, okay, like, I want to wear this because I like the color of it. I like the material of it. I like the fit of it. I like how it moves on my body. I like how it shines in the light. Like, those things are more important than the way that you look to other people.
How it shines in the light.
Put the fucking outfit on then and shut up. Like, then put it on and go. Why are you even ranting about this?
Yeah, I mean, I still think about all those things, but it's not rooted in fat phobia. Like Pablo and I were about to go. We went on a date the other week, and like none of my clothes look good because they were all like way too big for me now. And it's like, like everything. Like I need to like learn how to sew so I could take everything. And it's like everything looked boxy and it didn't look cute, but that wasn't like internalized fat phobia or misogyny. That was just whether you like it or not. Shit looks. There's things that make you look better, and there are things that are not.
Exactly. I got this dress. It was like a boho chic dress thing, and it's like the front of it, it's good, but the back of it has a strap, and the way that the strap is, it makes the back kind of stick out. And I'm like, oh, I need to get this tailored because it just doesn't fit well, but I love everything else about it. When I put it on, I'm like, this feels like a potato sack. That's not fat phobia. That's not misogyny. That's just, this does not look good on me. Certain things look good on certain body types, and that's how fashion works.
Yeah, but
like pear-shaped apple. I'm not a fashionista, so I don't know, but certain things look better on certain shapes.
Yeah, exactly. But flattering, that's a slur. The F word is flattering for fat acceptance.
The way that other people perceive you. It is like ingrained in us that, especially as like fat women, that we need to look better than we actually do. And by better, it means like fit into the standard, which is thin, which
I think a lot of people expect plus size women to like dress better or like dress for their shape. But at the end of the day, like no one like really cares that much. And it like, unfortunately, like if you're a heavier set person, you are perceived differently than other people. Anyway. Like when you're dressing relaxed or like,
which is like a small waist, big bum, bigger chest, like child rearing hips. Like that's what we're told is what we should, strive for.
Okay, so that's not thin then.
Yeah.
She just said, "Oh, they want us to be thin," and then she just described like an hourglass with big boobs and big hips, which most people also don't have. She's dumb. She's stupid.
Well, it's just like the Victoria's Secret model thing I just did. Like, there's a golden beauty standard for normal, regular size women and plus size women.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry, like, what do you want us to change that for you?
Making outfits, and I have like just started wearing like in the last few years oversized things because I always thought, oh, they make me look bigger than I am, and that was like the worst nightmare for me. I mean, still it is so many people's worst nightmare to look like me, and I'm like
to look like you. No one's thinking about you, ma'am. Literally no one.
To be that big, not necessarily her, but to be morbidly obese, that is one of my worst nightmares. Absolutely. Because it's not healthy. And I was class 1 obese, and guess what? It was a horrific time. My thighs would bleed when I went on walks because they chafed together. That was probably one of the worst things. So yeah, I don't want to be that size. Why is that a problem?
Well, because being fat is great. That's why.
Yeah, absolutely.
Aware of that. And sometimes that really creeps in to my mind and actually makes me really sad. Like, not always just for myself, but for like the other people, like the women who like look at me and think that, because I'm thinking, well, like if that's the worst possible thing for you,
she's so
like
stupid.
That's really awful.
No one is looking at obese people like that. Not everyone looks like her, but like you always say, that statistic, 77% are overweight. Of those, 44% are obese. You guys, not you, but like her, like you guys are, they're everywhere. We're not looking at them like, oh, I don't want to look like her. No,
Or
I'm
like,
not thinking about you. I'm thinking about what's on my freaking shopping list.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, like maybe I'm just toxic.
My
but
stock is falling off in my shoe. That's what I'm thinking about. I hate that.
Yeah, or like maybe I think about it for like 1 second. I don't care. I'm like toxic. Like if I see someone like super fat, then I'm like, damn. But then I just continue on with my day.
I feel like that's a normal.
That's
like a normal human reaction, because if you see someone who is like, what is the word? Emaciated, when they're super thin. It's the same thing. Like I see those not as often, but I will see them occasionally. One girl at the gym, she's working her way through that. And the first time I saw her, I was like, oh my God, because that's not what normal is. Yeah. As for humans, it's just not.
Being fat is the worst possible thing, because you could be so many worse things than fat.
But the thing is, like, that's controllable. And
yeah.
It is pretty bad, because being fat not only is, or like obese, is an extreme risk factor to so many other disorders and diseases, but then it hurts. Your knees hurt, your joints hurt, your back hurts.
Oh yeah, you're fine. Never mind, you're good.
But like, it is a pretty bad thing to be. If there's a lot of other things I'd rather be than fat. Lulu said just extreme paranoia. That's how I felt like too. When I was in fat acceptance, I would like, well, I'd rarely leave the house anyway because it was like lockdown and COVID. But I'd be like, oh, this person's looking at me fat because I'm fat. Oh, this person's looking at me because I'm fat. I'm like, what if someone is like, I mean, they might be looking at me because I'm fat, but like they could also be looking at me because I have a bunch of tattoos, or I'm being annoying, or I'm loud. Like there's a million reasons why people might be like staring at you.
Yeah. Or they're just looking like through you.
Like, I need to go down that aisle over there.
Right. Exactly.
That's just what I was thinking about today. And I thought that could be my fat chat for today. So have that. I just like sometimes, I want to acknowledge that you can't always be positive about your body. And sometimes you just need to be neutral about it. And you just need to be like, okay, this is like the way that I look. And like whatever I wear is not going to change that.
Yeah, that's right. No, nothing that you wear is going to change that.
I do believe in body neutrality more than obviously body positivity. But my thing is, I don't want people to just be complacent with their health. I don't want people to believe, well, I've been this size for X amount of years and, it's too late. I can't make a change. No, it is never too late to lose weight, gain muscle, become healthier. It is never too late unless you're dead, really.
Yeah.
So it's like, be okay with who you are. Like, don't hate yourself, because you're never going to change yourself from hate. That's not how it works. And if you start it from hate, you're just going to end up on like a hinge restriction cycle. So you do need to do it from a place of, well, I'm not happy with this, but I'm going to love myself enough to make changes. I'm going to drink some more water. I'm going to go on a 10-minute walk before work, like little things like that eventually, I talk about this a lot too, where it's like, how do you build confidence? How do you build discipline? And confidence comes from, and I think you actually just talked about this, it comes from doing the things that you say you are going to do. And that can be something so small as taking a 10-minute walk a day. Because if you are constantly like, I'm going to change, like I need to do this, I'm going to do this, and then you don't, and you just feel so bad about yourself, having these little tiny wins, it's something you can look back on and say, yeah, I can do this. I can go on a 10-minute walk. I can add, microgreens to each meal today, which is better than no microgreens, from yesterday. So
for sure. All right.
It's like so defeatist. Yes, it is. Yep. The only hole you can't dig yourself out of is the grave. Absolutely. And one thing that kind of ties into that is you can have 1,000 problems until you have a health problem. And when you have that scary health problem, whether it's like a heart attack, developing diabetes, anything, all of a sudden those problems go away. And then you need to focus on this one. And the thing about health and these preventable chronic illnesses is it is easier to prevent them than it is to treat them. So the faster you can get on it, the better.
And that's okay, because I'm going to wear things that make me happy, not to just make me look a certain way.
Whatever you need to say to help yourself sleep at night, sweetheart.
Yeah.
I hope she finds her way to the healthy side
For sure.
because you will look better and feel better.
Mm-hmm. I think fat people are in denial about how much it sucks to be fat. Before, I was like, man, it's fine. I'm just fat. But now that I've lost weight, I'm not out of breath. My feet don't hurt and my energy's up. Yeah, I talk about that a lot in my videos. Like, I've been overweight my entire life. And, like, you don't know what it's like on the other side until you actually do it. Because people be like, oh, it's not that bad, whatever. But it's like, I, like, used to not be able to get out of bed until, like, 9 a.m. And I know it doesn't sound like that big of a deal, or like it's not that late.
You're
like,
an early bird though.
Yeah, but now I wake up 6:30, 6 a.m. without an alarm, and I feel very well rested when I couldn't even get out of bed at 9 a.m. and I'd be exhausted. Like, there's just so many things that like change and get better that you wouldn't even think about.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, they'll live with a baseline level of like pain and sleepiness or brain fog where it's like, yeah, I feel fine, but it's like your idea of fine is here when it can be up here.
Yeah, like same about like getting on an antidepressant, like your threshold of like what anxiety, like how like your normal anxious and depression levels, they're like up here, and a normal person's is down here. But until you get on meds, you don't realize like how much you were suffering until it's relieved.
Exactly. Meredith said, I was born disabled and I hate when these people say it's the same thing as them being morbidly obese. Yeah, that's the one thing that really grinds my gears. It's like when people are actually disabled, whether they're born that way or something happens to them, and people who have done this to themselves or putting themselves in that category, that pisses me off because you did this to yourself. These other people did not have a choice. They did not have an option. So how dare you?
For sure.
First of all, how dare you?
Yeah, and obesity is changeable.
100%.
Like said. But again, that's just them adopting the struggles of people that are actually suffering because they're whatever, like people that are struggling with obesity or their weight is self-inflicted.
Yeah. And like I don't deny the fact that obese, super morbidly obese, etc., super fats, whatever the spectrum is, that they don't suffer. I absolutely believe they do suffer. However, the suffering, yes, you do bring it upon yourself. And yes, I do understand that people don't become big for no reason. Hello. Like I spent an entire year in a super depressive, like suicidal state, and I ate and drank my way to how big I got. And it's like, yeah, I understand these things. However, you have the opportunity to change it. You just need to want to do it, and you need to put in the work.
For sure.
But you can't just like put in the work and grow your leg back.
Yeah, there's some things that are unchangeable.
Yeah.
If not a little
What
bit
time do you
longer.
have to go? It's almost your dinner time, I think, right? Like 6-ish?
Yeah.
5 or 6-ish?
I was going to say, I got to wrap up now.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Alrighty. Well, it was nice chatting with you again.
You too. I'll text you.
Alrighty. And then everyone watching, I hope you have a great night. Take care. Do something good for yourself.
Yes. Go drink some water. Go on a walk. I'm going to bully you guys into more walks.
Bully you into good behavior.
All right, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.